Hello everyone, we're going to try out Project Wingman, the ever impressive Project Wingman. So it's been a while since I played this one. I'm going to go ahead and run this. Hopefully it'll hook into OBS okay. It's going to extract from the zip file here for a moment. So yeah, the previous times I played this I had slightly worse hardware, and from what I've read, apparently there's been a little bit of optimization in the game, so hopefully everything should run nice and smooth. I can kind of enjoy it for what it's meant to be. And looking forward to see what's changed. I've always kind of played a lot of these demos, and there it goes. Did it hook in yet? Not yet. Alright, we'll get it. Alright, there it goes. Okay. So, here's Project Wingman. As I mentioned before, I did play a couple of earlier versions of this. I have to say the UI here is looking really sharp. It's definitely looking super polished at this point. I know that this game is kind of driving towards completion here. I mean, I'm not suggesting it's almost done, but it's on its way in that direction, so it's great to see. I guess there's a Kickstarter coming, so if you like what you see here, consider when that is actually up, maybe you might want to donate something. I don't know. I just got my controller here, Xbox controller, so I'm trying that out. It looks like it works in the menu here with this stick, which is interesting. It's a little slow. The D-pad doesn't work, so yeah, this is... You kind of expect, controller input in a menu like this is just gonna like blip back and forth between the things, like bloop bloop bloop. Instead of using a cursor like this, it seems a little unnecessary, but maybe that's planned for the future or something. For now, it seems the mouse is a lot easier for the menu. So just check the settings, see what's in here. Field of view, camera sway, HUD units. There's all sorts of new stuff here. Head tracking. This will probably be sick in VR, but I don't know. It'll probably be a few years before I get a VR headset. Button binding, axis bindings, miscellaneous, simplified flight controls off. Mouse is disabled. Does this... I was already on miss. Button bindings, axis bindings. Alright. Let's see. Resolution, full screen, FPS cap is infinite. We're getting... It's actually not even over 60 right now, which is... I wonder what this is. Some kind of playtime timer? Interesting. But yeah, unfortunately we're not getting super high frame rates. I am obviously capturing at the same time, although I am using hardware encoding, so it shouldn't make a huge difference in performance, I don't think, anyways. And yeah, this is actually just, it's on semi-conservative settings here, so it's kind of too bad. Again, I'm using GTX 970, and the processor is a i7-2600K. It's overclocked for what that's worth. We're just going to stick with the defaults here. Oops. That should all be good, I'm sure. Alright, so we have campaign is under construction, conquest is under construction. It's interesting. So go into scenarios here. Alright, we got difficulty levels. Excuse me. The enemy is more than willing to help you feel your way around the aerial battlefield. For first-time players, the enemy will go toe-to-toe with you. A little struggle is needed. to best your enemies. Recommended for casual play. Hard, the enemy wants you dead and will do anything in order to make that so. For experienced pilots out there, and then mercenary is grayed out. So I'll probably stick to normal. Multi-role mission, anti-air mission. Guess we'll do multi-role. Alright, yeah, so there's some dropped frames here and there so far, unfortunately. Oh, we have descriptions, okay. A twin-engine fighter aircraft designed by Maginsk Aeronautical Design Bureau. The SK-27 was designed for air superiority missions, and further variants perform in nearly all combat-capable scenario. It was designed in parallel alongside Dania Engineering, NG-29A as equals. Oh, we've got stats here. Music is awesome. Air to air is high, air to ground is not so high. Alright, so this one's the... Alright, this is slower and handles better and has more balanced air to air and air to ground apparently, so... I don't know what responsiveness is. Something about controls, I guess. Alright, a twin-engine carrier-capable multi-role fighter aircraft was based of, I think that's supposed to say off, but it says of the FC-18 by Henderson Corp. Has a larger profile and sharp-cornered intakes compared to its old counterpart. The FE-18 uses the internal 20mm UGS 61 rotary cannon and is able to load multi-discipline loadout ranging from air to air to ground. So yeah, this seems a thing for this mission, whatever this mission is. So we got the loadout stuff here. Alright, so we have 4 hard points. One of them is... whoa. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Alright, that's super confusing. So I click the empty slot and then more things pop up. I don't know what... I'm actually super confused at this point. What actually happened here. Selecting SP weapon 2. Okay, I think I'm starting to decipher it. Right, okay. So this is giving me a list to choose from. And it's telling me selecting SP, like special weapon or something. SP weapon 1. So, as nice as all this looks right now, this I find is really confusing. Like, you need to make this telling you what you're actually doing, like, way bigger and more prominent somewhere. And make it clear that this is a list of things to choose from, because there's like a complete separation I see here. So, you know, different ways to do that, but yeah, what I thought originally was that like this was a list of things that were already installed on the craft, and there was like an empty slot and then like 3 filled slots, that sort of thing. Any case, so standard is STDM, I guess, and I'm choosing special weapon 1 and 2, and then whatever these are, if that's even a thing. So I remember these. It's kind of, they were previously kind of cool to use, but also kind of boring because they just kind of flew off into the distance and killed things. So this is standard heat-seeking missile for both ground and air targets. And this is a slow guiding air-to-air missile that can be fired simultaneously at multiple targets. Okay, so this is probably the cool thing because it's multi-lock. I'm trying to remember which which thing I'd used in the last versions, but I guess we're gonna go with one of these. And oh, we have more things. Extremely maneuverable air-to-air missile will keep chasing after a target even outside of its field of vision. Okay. So it's hard for me to compare these meaningfully. Like, I don't know if one does more damage. This is multi-lock. This says it's relatively weak, so this is apparently it only locks onto one, but it's super maneuverable. Unguided bomb, which sounds like a lot of fun actually. Multi-lock air-to-ground missile. And I apparently only get to choose 2 of these, so that's part of the problem here. So I guess we go multi-lock air-to-air missile on the first one, and then the second one may be a bomb. We'll see what happens. Mission start. Alright, we're getting, some frame dips here and there.
Anti-air defenses have been making it difficult for us to move supplies across the country to assist the main forces. Eliminate any Federation presence in the area so we can provide a pathway to secure supply line.
Alright.
Detected bearing 190. Engage.
Over here. So, I'm gonna hit the pause. I'm gonna see if I can... I'd like to see if I can get a little bit more stable frame rate, and I'm not sure which thing to tweak for the best result here. This is post-processing high, maybe that'll... I wonder what kind of post-processing it is. I mean, it clearly looks like it tweaks the contrast, but I don't know. If it's just contrast, then it's like, what's the point? Because it's not going to hurt my GPU much, but... Oh, there's motion blur. That's interesting. Huh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Resume. Ooh, that is definitely... Oh, it's got that old controller bug. Alright, so that should straighten itself out eventually, right? Or not? Oh, shoot. Why is it... Oh, there's no dead zone. Alright. Okay, 2 things are happening. I feel like these should have been fixed a long time ago, but I shouldn't be judgy. Alright, so the first thing is that the mouse controls the camera view, which means if you use it in the menu and then you go back into the game, it ends up like moving your camera way off to the side, and then you have to like wait a few seconds for it to recenter itself when you're using the gamepad, and that's pretty annoying. The other thing is that the right stick is to look around, and it appears that there's no dead zone on the stick, which means that even if the stick is physically in the neutral position, it can send like teeny amounts of signal, which ends up uncentering your view, basically, in this case. So there should definitely be a dead zone on the stick. It's always important for any game that uses thumbsticks to have dead zones set on the sticks. There's some non-zero amount. Obviously the developer knows what I'm talking about, but I'm just explaining for the sake of anyone watching. So yeah, it'd be great if you could I'm assuming there's not like a dead zone thing. No, I don't think so. No, but yeah, so I'll just try to see if I can get it to stick in the center here, and then let's see, back. Try not to move the mouse. Ooh. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I cranked up the motion blur. Unfortunately, the blur. I forgot the buttons. So yeah, unfortunately, the blur is processing the HUD, which, in my opinion, makes it kind of useless. Because, well, as you can see, it just kind of, even though the HUD isn't moving, it's. I wasn't trying to play. I was just staring at the HUD and moving it. So that's why I flew into the ground, which is humorous. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it. It's obvious enough. I'm gonna turn off the motion blur and try to actually play the game. But yeah, you can see it's screen space, blur, and it's. I mean, it would be fine if it was not applied to the HUD. So let's see. Video, no motion blur. Effects. Texture shadow. Shadow's probably not that important. Let's try that. I mean, it does make a difference on the self-shadowing here, but for the sake of playing the game. I don't know if it helps as much as I want to or not. Alright. Let's try to remember the controls and stuff. There's a throttle, that's something. Alright, that's. Trying to think if I want it like that. No, I'll just stick to the default controls. Yeah. So it's an ally. So I think that's actually going to drive me crazy. Weapon. Access bindings. Okay, so thrust. Oh, what? Okay, so the auto bind thing is reading your mouse movement. So if you click and then move the mouse slightly, it'll bound it to the mouse. You have to not move the mouse. So I'm setting thrust to the triggers instead of the bumpers. Because my fingers keep wanting to do that, so we want. Oh, here we go, yaw. So left shoulder, right shoulder. There we go. Alright, so yeah, I'm not sure what the choice is for, what the reasoning is for setting thrust to the bumpers instead of the triggers, but it just feels better to me, I think. This way. Alright. And, alright, there we go. Priority. Alright, so we get close, and then we shoot the thing. Alright, he's dead. That was... Trying to remember how to play. So we just kind of find a lock and shoot the thing. So far these seem to be hitting a lot more often than they used to. Oh, there's that thing, okay. Woo! Alright, having a hard time lining it up, but I know it is fun to kill these dudes with the machine gun here when you can. I remember I had like a ton of trouble with this before, and then like I just started doing it a lot. Yeah, there's a hit. There you go. So just shoot the missile thing. I think it's the D-pad is to change. Yeah, but I don't want to use that because it's only one target, right? So, how many of these we have? 81. Alright, so seems real easy to lock on to dudes with this thing.
Proceed to neutralize the enemy air defense network so our transport supply units can go through.
Okay. So yeah, so far it seems a lot easier than it was before. It would be nice to have some kind of throttle indicator, I think. I don't see it. Oops. Alright, I forgot you have to use your, the radar a lot. Oh, that guy just flew past. Where is he? Is that him? I feel like I'd like to go faster. Am I going fast? I guess I'm going full speed. It doesn't like I'm holding down the throttle, but it just doesn't feel like I'm going full blast. It just kind of feels like I'm going the same speed as always. Also doesn't feel like I'm gaining on him. Speed is too... Alright, so yeah, the brake works. But this guy is just not getting much closer. Alright, here he goes. Where's my, the gun range indicator type thing? I don't know what to call it. Because that usually pops up when you get that close. Right? So just because they went past me too fast? Alright, that's a ground target, I guess. I don't know what it is. Oh, it's an AA, it says, so anti-aircraft. Alright, so let's follow the little arrow thing. Is that a ground target? Nope. So yeah, the missiles are just kind of... some screen tearing here and there. The train does look a little weird, I guess, because I turned the shadows down so low. I don't know how much that affects it, but it's a ground target. Oh no, it didn't work. I don't know if I can fly like this. I was gonna pitch down into the sky. So, I guess we changed the... I hope the levels are okay. But I guess you changed the incoming missile indicator thing, because I haven't really noticed. Like, I hear the beepy thing, but I don't see the visual effect showing me like where the missile's coming or anything. I haven't been looking at the radar much, but... Ooh. Well, that one I could see because it was flying into my face, but that's behind the thing. Ooh, that was fun. Alright, so there's a green blob. I don't know if that's like the new indicator. That's an ally. So I guess you just kill all the priority things, right? I'm doing this really aimlessly, and that button is to switch targets. Surface to air missile. Can I... See, it locks on even if there's not line of sight, it seems, right? Yeah. Which seems odd to me. I mean, I don't know how the technology works in real life, but I kind of expect that if you don't have line of sight, it's not going to lock on. Even just from like a gameplay perspective, that seems reasonable to me. But yeah, the homing capability seems really... like, it doesn't seem like it's going to miss. Oh, I didn't even think... I'm treating these trees like they're grass, like it's going to be okay if I just fly the plane through the trees. I don't know if that actually has collision on it or not, but... I kind of expect they don't, but... I don't know. So here's something. It's like right... Whoops. Nice. That was fun. Alright, so... shoot missile. Yeah, it hit. Sweet. Alright. Itch my face here. Okay, I'm going to the left, the right a little bit here. I don't know why. I don't know if something I messed up in the when I was switching the what is it called? The controller input, because you can see it's going to the right. I'm not touching anything on the controller right now. And it's set on the bumpers to do that, so it just should be a digital input. Oh, it takes two. There we go. Oh, there's still another air target. Alrighty, let's splatter you. Alright, yeah, so that was pretty easy. Okay. Let's try a bunch of allies. Let's see if this thing works. I don't know how to lock onto stuff with this. How to use it? Alright, we got two locks coming. Are these all locked? Oh, there's 4. Okay, so 4 maximum. That's fun. Alright, but the homing isn't as good as this, it appears. Whoops. So I can hear that. I can't tell which guy's shooting at me. Or is it a ground thing? Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, these are big. Alright, so it's red. I felt like that one shouldn't have hit me, but it hit me. Hull is at 53, so I'm not dying yet, but... Oh no. Woo! So this is pretty cool. Is it dead? I guess it's dead. Okay. So you can kind of just spam these missiles quite a bit, if that's how you fancy. I think it'd be cool if the explosions were a little bit juicier, just to give you that really, just to nail it home that the thing just died, so you don't have to like rely on the fact that the little target indicator disappeared to know that it's dead. Let's try and shoot this guy down. Oh, that's an ally. What? We got the same kind of ships, I guess. It's kind of unexpected. I don't really expect us to have the exact same technology, I guess. I don't know. Give me that. Alright, there is a speed indicator thing there. Yeah, I think it would be a lot more fun if you could accelerate and decelerate like a lot faster, and it was kind of obvious. Like if you jam down the throttle, it would, like, I don't know, maybe give you some motion blur or something like that, and just to nail it home. But yeah, accelerating this, oh, there goes that again. This slowly seems really crappy. Like if I want to maneuver around, you know, I'm thinking I want to like slam on the brakes and then slam on the throttle, and it just kind of is a lot more sluggish than I want to feel like it is. Alright, so I don't know what that FT stands for, but let's just go and shoot the targets like we're supposed to. It's taking a while to get there. I don't know if I was just flying in the opposite direction. I'm going full throttle. Okay, well, I guess I didn't need to.
Excellent work, Hitman team. Return to base.
Whee! Alright, so all the buttons do here. Do I have to actually return? Okay. Alright, so yeah, that was pretty cool. The difficulty was quite easy, but I don't think that's a bad thing in this context. I mean, it's not like it's basically like a first level kind of thing, so it feels fine in that sense. It's a lot better than being too hard. And I did play on the normal mode. So yeah, I think I kind of mentioned everything in context here. I think in general some of the feedback and visual effects are could still be improved. I had trouble noticing the incoming missile indicator thing, the little 3D thing. I think it was the green thing. I noticed it like at one point in time, but excuse me, I remember it being a lot more clear in previous versions, I think, so something to consider. I think like the HUD and stuff, I mean the radar specifically looked a little washed out in this version, and I feel like it didn't quite give me as much information as I want, so I think you can make that clear, especially since it's kind of so important. So you could kind of maybe even try to show like who's shooting at you or something, so it doesn't just look like a mass of blobs. As much information as you can convey as possible would be great in that sort of thing, just because it's so hard to kind of orient yourself in a lot of ways in this sort of game. So so yeah, I guess a lot of it's just kind of about making it feel good to find targets and shoot them down. Like I mentioned, I've kind of always kind of picked on the maneuverability and everything, the acceleration, deceleration, all that sort of thing, because I think that contributes a lot to making it feel good to zip around and feel like you're in control and not just sort of I kind of get the impression that I'm just kind of floating around, and then whatever target shows up nearest, I just kind of float towards that and then shoot it down. And it's almost kind of a passive experience in that sense. Like I don't feel like I'm aggressive, and I don't feel like it just kind of feels meandery in a way. So It's not that it's unfun. I especially like shooting things down with a machine gun. It's always enjoyable, but just making the player feel like they're really kind of ripping around in like a high performing aircraft and going where they want to go with intention. Like I mentioned, that just the speed and the maneuverability is the sort of thing that kind of enables that to make the player feel in control in that manner and not just kind of following whatever floats in front of them. So that is my opinion and feedback on the gameplay so far. As always, there's a ton of stuff that's awesome. And I think it's a really strong foundation, but hopefully just kind of the core gameplay can be bumped up just so it's really kind of exciting. That's kind of what I want to see. It's just really cool, but as it is right now, not that it's nearly finished or anything, but to play this for hours on end, I think it would get a little snoozy. I mean, I'm sure there'd be new stuff introduced and everything, but just kind of the pacing of the game as it is so far. Like even just kind of avoiding damage and stuff doesn't quite feel as good as I would hope. So again, that ties into being maneuverable and all that stuff. So I think if the developer can achieve a little bit more exciting core gameplay loop or whatever you want to call it, with those sorts of things, that everything else will probably just fall into place. I think everything else he's doing is great, and I know he's trying to get a lot more variety in the different targets and everything else in this whatever scenarios in the campaign and everything. So I think all that stuff's great, but just the core gameplay, if you can really tighten that up, speed it up, make it exciting, make the player feel in control, I think you'll nail it. So that's my feedback. Long video, I know, but it was fun. And if possible, hopefully I can play some future demo version. I don't know what the plan is for the future, if it'll just be for Kickstarter people or whatever, but we'll find out, and good luck. See you guys in the next video.